Welcome back to another episode of A Hopeful Take. I think this is episode 9. I
Yes, I think
think.
so, since we missed last week.
But as we've stated before, numbers are hard and I don't fully remember. So I'm Hope and this is my husband, Chris.
I'm Chris.
You are Chris.
Yeah. I hope our mics aren't picking that up. I wonder what the neighbor's doing.
So, well, I don't think we ever know what the neighbor's doing. And honestly, I don't think the neighbor actually ever knows what they're
Or
doing
maybe it's
either.
that truck below us, too. I just heard a car door close.
Oh, I think you're right. We've had a weird day here. I don't know what's going on. There's a truck parked. We are on the 3rd floor. There's a truck parked on the grass behind the apartments where there's no parking lot or road or anything. And there's a truck parked on the grass right below us
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
all day. And I think you're right. I think it is somebody putting stuff in the truck. It sounded like a tailgate.
Yeah. That's what
That's
I
so
thought,
weird.
too. Yeah, I don't know.
That's so weird. We live in a weird place, but it's cool because we've lived here for 2 years now.
Yeah, as of recording this, it's June 26th, and I can't quite remember when we got here, but Hope says we took keys 24th of
Yeah,
June,
because we
which kind of sounds
left
right, yeah.
on June 22nd. We left Terrace,
Mhm.
and we know that because it was Jonah's Gotcha Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We had this
And it
conversation.
was a 2-day drive because then we stopped in McBride.
Yeah, we were in McBride for the first night in that terrible
Yeah.
hotel.
Yes,
Should
on
be
the
unnamed.
22nd.
Luckily, there's a few there.
I don't honestly, even if we went, I don't remember what it was called. I
I
just
do,
know
yeah.
that, I just
Yeah.
know that it sucked and there was no AC in it and it was very, very warm. And there was 3 of us there.
And there's bugs.
Yep. And,
Yeah.
there was a very massive bug on the wall.
Yeah. That was, and luckily we were there for like all of like 5 hours or something before we left, but still.
Yeah.
Food was bomb. Like, I'm gonna be
Yes, it
real
was.
though, yeah.
So we stayed overnight on the 22nd there. We got to Edmonton on the 23rd. And then we came here right after.
Yeah.
Because we dropped our friend off at his friend's place in a very weird area outside of Edmonton.
Sherwood Park, I think. Like somewhere in Sherwood Park, technically.
I don't know, but they live down a very, very, very narrow road. And
Yeah.
we were watching our friend go down who was driving the U-Haul, and we're like, is he going to make it? How are we going to get back? Because you'd never driven a U-Haul before.
No, I never did.
So we're like, oh, this is a new experience. Okay.
And U-Haul was much easier than I expected it to be, too, when I drove it.
Other than the steering wheel being off center.
Yeah, the steering wheel at like all times, like if you hold it like straight like this, you had to hold it like basically like, I don't know, 20 degrees at an angle at all times for it to go straight.
Yep.
That was quite the experience. I remember
he gets warned you about that.
Yeah, he gets out of the U-Haul and we pull up behind him and he's like, "Oh yeah, here, I'll give you this advice before you go." And I was like, "Oh."
I think he had mentioned that actually stopping at a gas station somewhere in between.
I think so, yeah.
Because he had seen us pulled over because he also needed gas, and he's like, "The steering wheel is crooked." We're like, "Oh, good to know."
Yeah, that was quite the journey, but it got us here, and we've been in our apartment now.
Yeah.
We re-signed our lease for another year, so we've been here for 2 years.
Yeah, because even though we got here on the 23rd, we had to stay overnight in a hotel because we couldn't get the keys until the Monday.
And then they were planning on moving it to the Tuesday too. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, they were like, "Can we do?" I was like, "No."
We're here with a U-Haul, and we have to take it back tonight.
So I have a U-Haul. It's only rented until tomorrow, and I am in a hotel right now. And they went, "Oh, okay, we can squeeze it in." I'm like, we've had this planned for a week of the date and time that I was going to be here for you to give me the keys. But it was an entire process getting things out here as well. Like when I was trying to get the internet set up, because we were going from one province to another, and we were going to a province that I'd never been in before. There's a hole there, by the way, the couch connects in two, and he likes to go in between.
It's like largely hollow, like right underneath us.
Yep.
So he kind of likes to get down there.
Which is fine. Just sometimes the couch births a kitty. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had everything booked, and it was interesting getting the internet out here because I tried one place and they're like, "No, we don't have internet out there." I was like, okay, so I have to cancel my internet with the place that I'm with. Great. So I tried with.
I was gonna say, we can say it. It's no big deal. They're two giant companies.
That's true.
Where we were in BC was like TELUS only, and
Mainly,
and TELUS had just the best internet I think I've ever had in my life.
And that's
And
what I had the internet and my phone with.
yeah, and then when we got here, we tried to transfer the TELUS internet over, and they're like, "Oh
Well, we
yeah, it
did this
shouldn't."
before we even got out here.
No, no, it was here because I remember we got here, we moved everything in, and then you had to call. You called Shaw, which is the company we're with now, which has good internet. But then you had to cancel with TELUS. It was like the next day.
But the way that I remember it was we were in BC and I had called TELUS to see if we could just transfer locations for it. And they went, "Oh, we don't service there." And I went, "Oh, well, that's not good." So they had said that I needed to call a different line so that I could cancel the internet. So I did that. And then that rep told me that they do have internet here. So I was like, this is weird. So I have an aunt who works for TELUS. So I called her and was like, hey, I'm being told two different things. And she said, no, there is internet there. And I was like, okay, great. So I tried to set it up and they went, no, we can't. We don't have any lines there at all. You have to go through a different company. And I was like, okay, fine. So I tried because they told me that I could just transfer all of my stuff over to Fido or whatever their partner is.
No, it's not Fido. Fido is also Rogers.
Yes. Oh, Kudo. Kudo.
Kudo. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, it's one of the O ones at the end. Kudo. Um, so I tried them and they said, yeah, it's fine. So I set all of the things up for that one. They said that they would just send the router to the place that we were in BC
Okay,
because
now
it
now I'm
should be
starting to
there
remember. Yeah.
before we move. And I was like, okay, great. And literally the day that we were moving, I was like, it has not shown up. It was supposed to show up 2 days ago. Now what? So we had told our landlord about it at the time. And he's like, oh, well, I'll just mail it to you when it shows up. I was like, please don't. I'm just going to cancel it entirely. Please just hit return to sender on it. And it'll just go back to them because I'm not dealing with that. So I had called Kudo and was like, this is not what I was told. I'm not happy. I don't want to switch anything and have it mailed over. I'm done. Please just cancel it. And they're like, okay, super sorry. So then I looked up what I could get here, and that was Shaw.
Yeah, now I'm starting to remember because I forgot about the whole Kudo
Yeah.
debacle and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was literally, you're right in me calling Shaw when we got here to get it all
Yeah.
set up because I called it when we got into town and we
Mm.
got to the hotel. And they're like, cool, we can be, and they couldn't set it up the day of. They set it up like 2 or 3 days after we had got in here.
I guess when they set it up to Tuesday because we moved in on the Monday. And I thought they were here the next day.
They might have been, but I know it wasn't the day that we got here.
No, it wasn't. It might have been Tuesday.
But yeah, that was, so you're right in me calling Shaw when we got here, but everything else in the whole debacle was still in BC.
No, you're right. I completely forgot about that stuff.
I have a
Yeah.
dumb memory for dumb things.
Yeah, sometimes there's just too much going on and just I like blur things together sometimes.
I was also the one who did all the calls and set it all up, so.
Yeah, I didn't have much more to do besides drive the U-Haul and pack up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is quite a debacle either way, I guess. So
Well, honestly, moving things into the U-Haul was a lot easier than moving them out, in my opinion, only because there's no elevator here.
and we had more hands over there too, right? We had one more hand technically.
Who?
I don't want to say their name, but yeah, you'll know who it was.
Because we had one person there and one person here.
Yeah, so there was the guy that drove the U-Haul,
Yeah.
who was our friend, and then there was our other friend who came over for a while. You know, two different colored beards. Used to work with you. Worked at the cannabis store after, and was just super happy about it.
Oh my god, I feel so bad. I totally forgot.
Yeah, he was chilling with us for a while.
I totally forgot. Oh my god. I was like, no, there was a couple people that we were like, well, no,
Yeah.
we'll be packing up between this time and this time, and we're taking off around this time if you want to come and say bye or help out. And they're like, oh, we will. And then day of, they're like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Then he was the only one who was like, yeah, I'll come by.
I'm already there. Let's go. And
I was
just
like,
okay.
oh, okay, cool. And yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, it was just that was funny. And then
I totally forgot. And you're like two different colored beards. I'm like,
yeah, he's got this gigantic beard and it's black and white.
vitiligo.
Yeah, it looks sick, honestly.
It does. I like it. It's cool.
I think for him too, because it's like split right down the middle. It is very nice.
It is.
But yeah, we've been here for 2 years. We re-signed our lease for this apartment for another year.
We did.
I will say this: I'm not going to name the company that we live with, but in town here they get a pretty bad rap, and I think across Alberta actually they get a
They
pretty
get
bad
a bad
rap.
rap everywhere. When I told my friends who we were renting with, they went, good luck. And I went, oh, okay. And they live in a totally different town.
Yep, they're across like Saskatchewan, Alberta. They're kind of everywhere.
I think they're also in BC.
Yeah, they have a few units, I think, or there are a few. I think it's like Kelowna, Kamloops, some of the bigger markets, like along the border kind of area.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like it is a little scary hearing all those things, but our experience has been like largely positive. This place is super nice. We've had no issues getting maintenance if we need it.
Yeah.
And I guess the only reason I bring it up is because I think every single day I go on Facebook, people are complaining about the company we rent from, and I'm like, I can't imagine that all of them are having like, and they all have different issues too. I'm like, I feel like if they had the same issue, I'd believe it that it was the company, but every single person's like, I have a different issue,
Yep.
and they just hate the company, so they blame them. And I'm like, be a good renter, be studious, be a good neighbor. Like, it's not that difficult. It annoys me because I'm like, you're blaming somebody for likely what is your own shortcoming. I don't know the circumstance, but I'm gonna complain about it anyway.
Most of the time it's user error.
Yeah, like I don't know, we keep the place clean. Whenever they need something, they can come on in. Like we have no issue being open with them. And then if we need maintenance, we just tell them and we're like, hey, here's what's going on.
They're like, oh, okay, well, we'll send somebody over.
And then they never do, but whatever.
No, they do.
I'm talking okay, so specifically my beef is still with the pigeons. We have like a giant pigeon infestation across like a bunch of decks in the back here. And ours is like pigeon poop all over it and like a few things outside
It's
that
literally unusable.
yeah, we can't get out there. And like I don't I don't want to just I don't know what to do with the pigeons either. So like we did inform our landlord they haven't been out, but that didn't
Well,
really
they
surprise
said,
me.
oh, well, we'll send somebody out to deal with it and take a look and see what we can do about it. And we're like, okay, cool. And that was like 2-3 months ago.
It's been a while. And I'm sure that like we could follow up and they would do it, but it's not a pressing matter.
No.
But anyway, yeah, so 2 years here. It's been a good 2 years. The apartment's still super nice. We're happy with where we are.
Yeah.
The neighborhood's great. So yeah, it's been kind of, and then July 2nd is my 2 years at work.
It is.
And it's been a fun 2 years, honestly. It's been so many ups and downs and so many like chances to kind of learn and then grow. And yeah, it's been, yeah, I mean, stressful is an understatement, but yeah, I think the amount that I've grown as a person and as a journalist has been unparalleled here.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, and I'm 2 years. Nobody's gonna care, but I'm gonna be happy about it.
Yeah. Well, it's a really nice thing for you.
It's also now my longest job I've ever stayed in for one company.
I mean,
I know.
unless you wanted to go by longest time with one title.
Oh yeah, I've changed titles so many times here.
4 times, something like that.
Something like that. But it's like, yeah, it's nice to kind of have that bigger boy like managerial title or whatever. But realistically, it doesn't matter. I still do the same stuff.
No, it's just a new thing to put on the resume.
I take on more responsibilities per day. Like technically, I started as a journalist and now I oversee like so many things. And
Well, you were a journalist, and then you were the web editor,
the web editor,
and then you were creative something or other, and now you're like marketing.
I think basically what happened was like, yeah, I was a web editor, and then they gave me a new title that nobody knew, and then my boss was just like, "Does this sound right?" And then like our office manager was like, "Yeah, that sounds fine." So that's what I am now, the manager of content and strategy.
Yes.
Which has been, but basically like going from a newspaper to fully digital. It was like implementing everything, trying to figure out what worked, what didn't, kind of getting that momentum, and then putting systems in place that would be functional. And then also we've done a ton of other things too. We have ongoing contracts that are outside of my normal journalistic scope, which is fine. I've been doing sales as well, so yeah, it's been an experience of a lifetime. I'll give them that.
Had your hand in everything.
It's fun, honestly. I think I've always been one that likes learning, so this has been a good opportunity for me.
You also can't sit still, so.
No, if I'm at work, I'd rather be working than doing nothing, and if I'm doing nothing, I don't want to be at work.
That's true.
Yeah, so if you're gonna film my 8 to 5, I'm gonna work the whole time. I do not mind.
That is very true.
Yeah, something instilled in me by my parents.
You also have a lot to do all the time at work, so.
Oh, too much. Yeah, I mean, so the reason I guess we can talk a little bit about it that we didn't record last week is I worked 7 days. So I worked Monday to Friday, and my Friday was really busy, way busier than I expected it to be. And then I worked Saturday and Sunday, and I was just like, like normally we can record on Friday and then kind of have it done, but I was so tired when you work 7 days and that kind of bleeds into the next week too. Like this will be my first day off this Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So as it bleeds together, I'm like, oh, it was just too much. I'm like, I don't really have the mental bandwidth to edit, put on a podcast, do anything. So I'm like, we've had some weeks off, and I hope we can do this every week. But last week I was like, I'm sorry.
Well, you had a lot going on, but it's okay because we're gonna have a week off pretty quick here.
Yeah,
Not from the podcast, but
no,
from
yeah.
life.
Bad timing though. My car, we got the check engine light came on right before we're about to travel. So I'm like, I'm taking it on Monday. So
Yeah.
here's hoping that it's nothing.
So you'll find out next episode.
If we traveled, I guess, yeah. The car is running completely fine, and we don't
Yeah.
expect there to be anything wrong with it.
You changed the air filter and it's confused, is my opinion.
Yeah, and my guess, I think my air system's been clogged for a long time because I've never changed the cabin air filter. So I finally did that, and then with 3 days later, 4 days later,
Not even. I
when
want to
did
say it was like a day or two.
No, I changed it on Tuesday, and then it came on a Thursday, didn't it?
So it's 2 days.
Yeah. So sorry, yeah, it was 2 days, and then the check engine light came on, and yeah, I don't know. It could be an air pressure sensor. The thing is, I just don't know, and I'm hoping it's just a sensor that they can check, or it's something that like the car drives fine. There's no issues with it that we can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably like something failing a sensor or something. And if that's the case, then hopefully they can just replace it before we travel, or it's just good to travel there and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a lot easier to getting into like a major center. Like we're headed to Calgary, gigantic city.
Yeah, and they actually have dealerships for your car there.
Yeah, so I could take it into the Mazda dealership. I'm sure they could replace the sensor in like a day, and I could just pay for it, or whatever it may be, assuming it gets there. So
that's true.
It's a problem with being in small towns. We've had this issue a lot. Like getting parts into small towns is tough.
Yeah.
Like when I had to get I remember I got a full brake kit when we were still in BC there, and at first they quoted me at like an outrageous price. I can't remember what it was, like 1,300, and then he came in and he was like, it was $600. He's like, oh, we got a good deal on the brakes and labor didn't take too long. I was like, what the heck?
Well, they charge you or they quote you the most so that if it does take that long or the parts do cost that much, then they're not suddenly upcharging you. But
that's true. And like, yeah, we've talked about this a lot. I really like the car, and I think
you love that car.
Within reason, like if the structural integrity of the car, like it's almost at 200K now. So if the structural integrity of the car is like still fine, structural integrity, that's a hard phrase.
Structural integrity.
I know, integrity. That's basically what I said. Yeah. But anyway, if it's still like in good shape and like the engine and the transmission and the major components still have like good life on them, I'd probably be happy spending a few grand to fix it up completely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, yeah, it's been a little bit of a pain the last like year and a bit, just in terms of everything happening to it. So yeah, it's a bridge we have to cross at some point where like either we get a new car or we like invest to fix it up.
The car's 10 years old. It's not like it's brand new.
No, it is a good car though. Like I think honestly, like I wouldn't mind just going to like a slightly newer model Mazda 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a nice car. It's reliable. Like, yeah. But anyway, this is all stuff
I just don't want anything that's super new with all the sensors and all of the.
No, I think like, yeah, find a reasonably priced, low mileage Mazda 3 is what I would probably do. Because, I mean, we have good tires for them. They're pretty new tires, so I don't think I'd want to just scrap the tires I have now.
No.
But yeah, no, we're off to Calgary for the Stampede next week.
Yeah, this will be your first Calgary Stampede.
Yeah, so we are in town just after Canada Day, so we'll be leaving on, what is it, the 3rd, I think?
5th to the 10th.
That sounds right, yeah, because I have the 6th to the 11th off, I think.
6th to the 10th off.
Sorry, I have 6th to the 10th off, and we'll be leaving 5th to the 9th and then back on the 10th.
No, the 10th is the Friday.
Yeah, so we're coming back on the Friday.
Yeah, so that's the 10th.
Yeah.
So we're there the 5th to the 10th, which is the Sunday.
Yeah, but technically we're there like 5 to 9, and then we leave on the 10th, right?
Sure.
I wouldn't consider that a full day of being there. Do you
yeah, I guess. It's just that's a weird way of saying it.
I apologize. But yeah, so we're there, whatever, 5 to 10, and then we leave on the 10th.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
assuming the car's all right.
That's true.
It would be such bad. I would be furious if we couldn't.
Yeah, I'd be so mad.
I don't. Yeah, I don't even want to think about crossing that bridge at this point. I think for now we're just gonna think positive thoughts. I don't think it's anything. I think it's probably just
I
some
think it's
sensor.
fine.
Yeah, I think it's just some sensor, and it's not gonna be a big deal. But yeah, we're going to the Stampede next week. It'll be my first one.
Yeah, and you'll be able to actually see firsthand what I mean by no, all of these small town rodeos and fairs are very sad compared to what I'm used to and grew up with.
I think the one thing I'll say that our local fairs, our neighboring fairs, I love the charm to them.
Oh, I'm not saying
There's
they're
that
not
small
fun.
town. Like I went up to one a couple of weeks ago, and they have like basically this whole area with all these ball diamonds and these big tracks, and like it's all carved out for the fair.
Mhm.
And I just love that because you can walk from one end to the other. There's not too many people anywhere. You know, being media, I got unfettered access to everything, so I can just walk in wherever I want. Like, I'm not gonna get that at the Stampede. I'm gonna be just a regular ticket holder. I'm gonna have to abide by all the rules and all the lines. Like, it's gonna be a different experience for me, especially.
Yes, but it's also going to be different for you entirely because you have not experienced something that large. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Um, and you haven't experienced that volume of people in that small of a space.
I mean, I went so like long ago. I went to an anime convention, Anime North. I'm fine saying that. That's in Toronto, and I went to Anime North, and that was maybe the most amount of people I've ever seen in my life at one place.
I would be willing to bet that this has more.
I probably would be too, but yeah, I'm hoping it's not as smelly as Anime North was.
No, but it's a lot warmer.
Yeah, that's something I'm not looking
Really,
forward to.
really hot.
I'm a big fat boy. I got pretty warm all the time.
It gets really hot because it's a lot of people, which is a lot of bodies creating heat. But
Oh yeah,
then because it's all on black tarmac, it just
yeah,
it soaks up all this. So it could be like 30 degrees outside, but it's 45 at the grounds because of the physical grounds and how many people there are.
yeah. So ours here is on like dirt
Mhm.
basically, but the neighboring towns, which I want to go to at the end of July, excuse me, is on grass. So I'm like, ooh, that sounds pretty good to me. $10 to get in.
It also, pending on weather, sounds very problematic.
Oh yeah, I don't want to think about that end of it. I mean, I trudged through the mud when I was at my last fair, so
True,
I don't really mind too much.
true.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we're excited for Stampede.
We
We'll
have the ride
record.
all day passes.
We have the ride all day passes. We'll record an episode of the pod while we're down there too, just talking about.
Not from Stampede.
No,
That would
no,
be that our mics aren't that good, and that's just that's a lot of people.
I considered getting a media pass for it because it would like I think because we're riding the rides, I don't want to bring my gear or anything, but it would be cool to be able to bring my camera and stuff.
Well, I'm gonna bring a bag so we could just throw it in there.
Yeah, but for riding rides, who's gonna hold the bag?
It would sit with the rest of the bags that people can't bring on the ride.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm always paranoid about that, so I never do that. Here's my pro tip if you're going on rides. Have zip up pockets for your shorts or your pants. I have a pair of sweatpants and I have a pair of shorts that zip up the pockets.
I don't think you realize how this works, but it's fine.
No, I know how it works. What I'm telling you is I'm not the person that's going to put it there. I'm going to zip my pockets up and then go on the ride.
That's fine.
I've been to like other amusement parks and that's what I do. It's just always been my thing because I never like putting my stuff with other people's stuff for any risk of anything.
Mhm.
I'm far too paranoid of a human being.
Yes, you are.
Which, I mean, honestly, I think it's fine. My stuff's always safe. I know it's always on me. I got no problems there.
And that's fine. But I will have a bag and it will sit with the rest.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, I got zip up pockets. I can do whatever you need. You don't have to bring anything.
Okay.
You don't have to. Give me your phone. I'll put it in my pocket. I'll pay for everything. So I'll bring my wallet. We're good to go.
Okay. That's okay. There's a reason why you don't pack for yourself for trips.
Oh yeah, no.
I pack.
Yeah, God no.
There's a reason why I will have a backpack, and you don't understand why.
Yeah. At the same time, I will say this: I also don't want to leave like $1,600 worth of camera gear
No, I
in
agree.
with everybody else's bags.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we could also just bring a camera,
like
mine.
No, we could. Yeah. I just obviously the whole reason I'd want to take mine super high quality photos. I could
You
bring.
just got your new lens. You
I
want
got,
to play with it.
I got a brand new lens, which I have actually gone to test out quite a bit. It's been so much fun.
Yes.
I have a Canon T6i Rebel, which is an older camera, older at this point. I have had it for about a decade, and I just got a 24 to 105. It's 4 all the way through, so the lens quality is amazing. And like I'm not a good photographer, but I do take photos a lot for my job. So I was like, maybe it's time to invest in it. It'll be a little bit of a tax write off.
You found it secondhand.
I did find a secondhand, which is awesome. And yeah, I've loved shooting with it. And like if we went to Stampede or whatever, I could bring. We have a 70 to 200 2.8, which is just even better quality, but the zoom is pretty intense. So yeah, it was just I was like, oh, this would be so cool to be able to do. I would love to be able to bring my stuff and kind of get some cool photos, but I think instead I'm just gonna experience it and kind of live in the moment and think about the photos.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're super excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay, but yeah, we're super excited. I think this week will fly by, and then we'll be on the road,
Yeah.
getting ready to have some fun. Yeah, be kind of sad without the cats for a few days, but I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be okay. We got an automatic feeder for them, and we'll have
We
a
did.
friend come and check on them. And
And the automatic feeder's been working pretty good so far too.
yeah, I think I'm gonna set up a second feed for them with a smaller amount for like 5 p.m. or so, because they clear it out a lot faster than they did the bowl, so it's not the same amount.
No, that's fair. Yeah, we can just give them a little more.
Yeah.
No, it should be. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It'll be nice to take a vacation too. It'll be the first vacation really this year. I took like some time off in February, but
But it'll be our first vacation since the wedding,
since the wedding, yeah, and
which is coming up for our anniversary in just over a month.
yeah, I wonder. I don't know what our podcast schedule looks like. I wonder if we'll have a an episode coming out around the time of our 1 year.
I don't know.
I have no idea either.
No, we're going to be filming on our anniversary because we got married on a Thursday.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're yeah, July will be fun. It'll be nice to kind of have a reprieve. I don't think it'll be quite as busy going forward. So yeah, just the start of summer here. Like we've had a ton of rain, but because like all the big events usually happen right at the start, there's just a lot for us to kind of do, which is fine. I mean, I've had so much fun just doing my job actually in the
Yeah.
beginning of summer. I've gotten to talk to a ton of cool people, tell a lot of cool stories, and I got some amazing photos last weekend. So even though it was insanely hectic, like I think the result for me felt pretty good.
You've had a lot going on, but
Yeah.
we'll have a fun little break at Stampede, and I can't wait for you to see that. And we'll do the
Yeah.
stylized old time pictures, and
That'll be cool too.
yeah,
Yeah.
as long as
Yeah.
it's there. But yeah,
Yeah. But I think that about does it, man.
yeah.
This half hour really flew by this week.
Well, we didn't have any tech problems this week.
No, we
We had things charged.
please knock on wood. Because there's yeah, I think there was 2 weeks ago, I think, is
Yeah,
when
because we didn't film last week, so it was 2 weeks ago.
no, sorry, 3 weeks ago then we filmed and then we went to the cameras or the phones and the devices and they were all full on their what's it called? On their storage.
Well, that I think is about all for us then for this week. I don't think we have much more going on.
No, and we'll be back next week. And then yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully with a positive update that we landed
in Calgary.
I guess I guess we'll be there Sunday, so yeah, we can always shoot it on Sunday.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out together.
That'll be an episode. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I think we'll probably get back to more regularly scheduled dating programming in a couple weeks, but for now, there's just been too much going on.
We've had stuff happening and other things that have caused conversations that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of life updates and a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, and a lot of shows coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of specifically murder and
oh yeah, the Netflix specials and stuff.
all
Yeah,
that's come out that we haven't seen yet.
Mm. Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of A Hopeful Take.
See you next week.
Bye.